Alright guys, back from work. And here we go. Continue. Standing still in combat makes you an easy target. Keep moving to throw off your enemy. Right as I'm loading in, why is the place a mess? That's my question.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind.
Maybe a little bit.
My baby brother, Dylan. 17.
Oh dear Lord. I'm sorry, let's bring that down to 40.
Years since the men of this bureau took him.
That's a little better, but still not quite enough. Let's go down to 30. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, ooh, dear Lord. Take that down to 32. Nope, even further. Let's go to like 20. Okay, there we go. And body, this is the worst time to have to go pee. I gotta go pee. There we go. Okay. So those doors are locked. That door might be open. Let's look at this. Missions. Welcome to the oldest house. Proceed deeper into the bureau. Jesse Faden arrives at the oldest house. Headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control to look for answers in the mystery of her childhood. Interesting correspondence. Hello, as you should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We are still waiting on them for a number of people. If you need an extension, please request an R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires internal departmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head. Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Best, your admin team. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day for the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Who's Trench? Huh.
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really? Something's outside. Was coming here a mistake?
Do I have a limited amount of time?
And there goes says the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
Interesting. B is melee? Oh, no, no, no. We were fixing that. Controls. Melee. Shield. Ooh. What is that? Okay.
The same gun. Okay. Now I have a gun.
Do you have a limited amount of ammo? Fire service. Oh, that is... Okay. There is... Oh, that's kind of cool. The surface regenerates ammo automatically. Okay. Yeah, jump up there. I think you have to go down. That's kind of cool. What is this? What are the little blue things? What are the little blue things? Enemies drop health when damaged. Collect elements to restore health. We wield the gun, you. The board appoints you. Congratulations, Director.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as Director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Hey. Is there a control about... So sprint is shift. Jump is levitate. The what? Evade. toggle crouch, ground slam, evade. I actually want evade to be V, and I want this to be control. Toggle slide. Honestly, I would want that to be something else. Open loadout, open missions, open assets, open collectibles, toggle walk. Okay. Okay. Oh dear. I do not like this, Sam I am.
You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen.
Is that a live actress?
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You. Oh, thank you. That was horror.
So, fuck? Oh, so that's health? Wait. Where'd the elevator go? Oh, I don't like those rooms.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guide us. Reach the hotline.
Okay.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
Woo! What are these things? Are they like collect elements to restore health? This is so are these people dead? Are they dead or are they? Okay, so that's okay. Missions. Welcome to the oldest house. Jesse for Faden arrives at the oldest house, looking for answers. Guided into the building by the janitor, Ati. Jesse finds Zachariah Trench, the director of the bureau, shot dead. She picks up the pistol next to the body and is translocated to the astral plane. Let me do that again. Transported to the astral plane. What? This is actually kind of shaping up a pretty cool game. The strange board encourages her to bind the gun. Bind the gun. Called the service weapon. She succeeds, and the board informs her that she is now the director. Interesting. Research and records. Director Chench photograph. Case file. Service weapon. The object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to blank. This object must only be bound by the individual seeking the role of blank. The object will determine whether blank. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the blank through the criteria, though the criteria is not. The object is discovered in the oldest house in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis, blank, many forms throughout history, blank, Mjolnir, Excalibur. Interesting. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the blank status, this is the original manifestation of the event. If this is the case, blank. Interesting. Interesting. Wait. That's me. Why is there a picture of me in this room? Undefined reading. Personal mods. Am I supposed to shoot them? So she has superpowers. I mean, that's kind of the gist of what I'm getting. Oh, that shuts out radically. This is so interesting. Correspondence. Marshall, we checked out the suspected AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything, just like the house fire before this, and the malfunctioning clothing dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of these duds. We need to find a better way to sort through the fake AOEs for the real things. Anyways, we're en route to the Sherman Ranch, the next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Okay, dinner reservations. Dinner reservations, San Hombre. Wife will meet you there. Don't be late. Flowers. Interesting. That is interesting. I still want to know why these people are just kind of randomly floating.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention. Remind.
Oh, no, that's not what I would cheat. Collectibles, and that's multimedia.
If you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1.
Building shift.
For any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power, supervisor by the nearest.
I don't like it. Central Executive.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
I think you are supposed to shoot them. Urban legends. Urban legends are believed to be affect the creation of altered materials. So altered world events, that's what AWE stands for. Urban legends are understood in modern... No, come back. Jung's archetypes, we recognize certain blank, informed by our own blank, and popularized by our media. And additionally proven that urban legends can be artificially blank in popular culture using blank, our bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomena contains clear elements of popularized folklore. A pair of scissors that will consume human blank through 2 punctures in the blank. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for the children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. That's not creepy. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of the efforts of strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all sectors of our estimation infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask these questions. Then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How did you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, Explain that this is a secure federal office and they'll need to leave. If their answers seem blank, escort them to the private room. There, perform the gunner's psychological assessment. If the responses are within the acceptable range of deviances, then blank immediately. Interesting. How do I get? Have to jump down?
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it. Holy shit. You did it. We did it.
Hello. Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The Hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown, before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. It's...
Yeah, it kind of is.
I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to kill people.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try.
This is really good graphics.
I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
Oh, here we go. No, keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, so I have a mod. I actually like the reload rate better. Assets. You do not have a clearance level. Okay, so materials. What do I do with that? Alerts, executive collectibles. Control points. Control points are located in the bureaus as identified as being vital junctions to the oldest house. When we appropriate harmonizing devices, we arranged. When the appropriate harmonizing devices are arranged around the control point in the blank arrangement, surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by blank detection of an unobstructed ping using the blank within a 37-foot radius. Numerous searches of nerve junctions or blank or vulnerable spots in the oldest house. Common factor in these theories is that the control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has been found certain parts of it. Okay. Okay, so shouldn't have killed them. Now I feel dumb.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart. I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director.
Okay,
Jesse.
so I wasn't too terribly off to shoot them because trying to cleanse them would kill them anyway.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us, or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
So basically a boss fight.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader.
Ooh,
Why am I here?
that's actually really good.
I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world.
Huh.
What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
Interesting. Is that ringing? Yeah, it is. The phone's ringing. Huh. So I have to go get the old Bakelite phone.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department? The hotline should be in the communications department.
Okay.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
Interesting.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Emily.
I think
I'm sure I'll
done
have
there.
more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Their character models are really good. Alright, I wanted to see if DLS. I can't turn that on. I don't have a NVIDIA card. Film grain, motion blur, ray tracing. Requires DirectX and a graphics card with the support of a PXR IPA. So, or API. So I have that, but I haven't been able to run the game in DirectX or DirectX 12. At least not yet. Memory. I want to know what that does. So you basically pick up more health. Unknown caller. Other communities find the hotline. To find the hotline, null an object of power in the form of an old telephone to understand the messages from the dead director trying to communicate with her. They hope he can prove insight to the Hiss invasion. Research. Bean, this is a great quote. I like that. I like that quote. Okay, so assets. What do I do? I wonder what those are. I wonder what you do with them. Okay. Let's take a gander. Yeah, I don't have clearance for that yet. Alright, another one of these things. Okay, does it ever specify how she got her little superpowers? I don't think it ever says. This is so interesting. That's another elevator. Oh, that takes clearance level 4. Dang! I don't know what all of these do, but I guess it's a good idea to collect them. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on Bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any signal, blank signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of collective unconsciousness, is taken into account, it could be the certain pieces of technology that are too new in the cultural blank for the oldest house to blank them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace for the blank to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here. Sometimes quite violently. Blank agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. Oof. That would not be fun. Wait.
There it is again. A welcome message.
Okay, so what was that last one? Energy recovery speed. Energy for what? That is like sealed. Bro, these guys are dead. shatter projectile. Oh. Okay, so that's like probably a shotgun. Correspondence, travel costs. These are the following Nevada accommodations. Desert Sun. Okay. If a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms tonight. Agent Rowley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road, Agent L. Hines. The boys in research said performing rituals may identify any piece of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. Oh. That's not weird. That's not creepy. I don't know if I want to go that way yet. What? Hiss barrier. The Hiss resonance field is a physical implement that is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appear in ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. 2 methods have been discovered of lowering them. Destroy the multiple concentrated resonance sources found in the vicinity. Destroy the Hiss entities in the area. The resonance field seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected source of this resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Conscious being. Does the distinction make any difference when considering the Hiss? File. Refer to the file blank for full report. An auditory event occurred in the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the majority of diplomatic staff stationed there. Blank deaths were reported, and the outgoing information has been managed. Bureau agents arrived at the embassy on the same day as the event and was reported through federal channels, but were too late to witness the AWE, which is reported to have been blank. Staff experienced sudden intense vibrations and noise accompanied by intense pressure in the ears, lasted for blank minutes. No visual phenomenon was witnessed. The scene was cordoned off, and the embassy staff were transported to the U.S. After Formula I-9 was recited in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate, identifying it as an altered item. The item was contained and brought to the Bureau for examination. What the heck? Oh, so that hurts you. Oh, so that kills you. That sucks. What is that stuff? Equip personal mods to increase your combat effectiveness. Oh. No kidding. Wait, that's not where I went. This is where I went.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
I can't do that. Interesting. So once you kill them, they're like gone.
Yes, it's overpowering here.
Okay.
You don't want me anywhere near it. I'm with you on that.
Interesting. So that kind of hurt me. Interesting. I'm gonna have to figure out how to cleanse that. Okay, so there's a couple of different doors. Unstable area notice. Unknown caller. Oh, I knew that already. Correspondence. Due to recent influence to the nearest control point, the area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Interesting. That's probably good to know. Okay. House memory. Interesting. Machine God? I had a dream and I built the thing I saw in the dream, a machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the ones anyone knows. A new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and coils from the toaster and the fans pole plus the timing belt from the car's engine and the wheels from my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. Projectiles. So I have to go up there. Okay. Collectibles, correspondence. Greetings, Director Trench. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Collection of delinquent mail will be running an extremely handy database research teams can use to search for any connections that really talks about finding letters. I was presumed these windows up there. Communicators spread those letters for us to leave various places, times gather, postal service determinable. I realize not all letters contain amounts of genuine offense, but of course, file. Interesting. So it's basically a letter like, I am approving you for this project, basically. Okay, so that's how that works.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 36 pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Let me guess. We gotta climb up this. Oh. There we go. Collectibles, multimedia. Okay. Book club, penny, correspondence. Bureau, which is in the corner of the table, cafeteria 5. Curtis Covell's Useless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone will get their own view. Interesting.
Stepping to the FBC, that's how to do this. Flush to free, but you don't touch. And don't scream much, let's join the treasure keys. Let's join the treasure keys.
Hey, Meg! What's wrong?
My mom's dead.
That's not
I'm
creepy.
so sorry, Meg. What happened?
I don't know. They blacked it out.
It's like the director says. Confidential and children both start with C.
The director's a puppet. A dirty, rotten, fat person.
Dad says my bubble went missing in action. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Telfer. We'll find your mama together.
That was thoroughly creepy. Like 100% thoroughly creepy. I am very creeped out right now. I was hoping that was going to do something special to me. Like, honestly, very thoroughly creepy. I don't like how dark it is back here. Singing fish. Undefined reading. I want to know what you do with that. Does this all lead back to over here? Yeah, it does. Let's go ahead and go. And of course, there's like blood everywhere. Oh, hi. I still want to know what you do with that. I wonder if it's like... Is that how you upgrade it? I don't know. I guess. Oh, you know what? I never read the thingy thing. Correspondence. Singing fish. I got a problem, and you've got to send folks to fix it. I got my wife one of those singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit the button, but it's got the devil in it. Flies around at night and sings devil songs. Interesting. Missing mama. Yeah, no, that was super weird. Oh.
Object of power. Looks like the Hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Health boost. Okay. Basically, it's got a nasty mind of its own. And it can really tear up the environment, apparently.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings?
Ooh, another
I'm
one of
not
these.
their director. I'm no one's director.
That's actually kind of fun.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the Hiss.
So now I can pick up stuff, chuck it. This is an interesting story, and I want to know. Like, what her backstory is. Like, so she came here looking for her brother. What was the incident, right? That kind of stuff. Okay, so this is the mail room.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mail room.
Oh, so you can get rid of them. That's kind of cool. Hiss Ranger. Ranger are the Bureau's well-trained and well-armed expeditionary forces. Their Hiss-corrupted counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to the corruption, Rangers trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during the expedition, including submachine guns, assault rifles, automatic rifles. Hiss Rangers utilize these weapons as well as advanced techniques taught by instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. Hiss Rangers have no observed paranatural abilities beyond being protected by a shield of dense Hiss resonance. Capable of stocking training. Okay. Case files. Summary correspondence. Samson. Interesting. Interesting. That's a little better. These poor people. I don't know, I guess I feel like I'm releasing them when I do that. So you can't go through there yet. Rick? That scared me. Okay. Come on. Come out where I can see you. Where I can see you. Come on. Ooh. Was that it? That was a little creepy. I like how they designed the cutoffs, where if it's a place you're not supposed to go, you can't access it. Oh my lord. I don't like that. What do we got here?
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years.
Okay, so here's a shelter.
Years back, the body of a man.
This must open the door.
Inside that wooden mortar that motel beds tend to have. Body had been for weeks. Sleep over the corpse below.
Yeah, open that. I don't know if I'm getting very open. I mean, it seems like I'm doing damage, but I think we're gonna be pretty close to done here. What?
They can fly now. Great. I have a feeling he'll be back. Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
This is an interesting game so far, and it's kind of weird, not gonna lie. Let's... Yeah. That felt like a good move.
Alberto Tomasi, head of comms.
All right, take this down.
The hiss got him.
The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. The odds an altered item would show up inside a U.S. embassy. Talk about good luck, huh?
Energy boost. That's what that is. I might take that. This elevated. Elevated agents display abilities similar to telekinetic competencies. Charge their target. Interesting. Data breach. Interesting. Case files. Which had been connected to a total of agents, found no one inside. Huh. And then, yeah.
So much easier to... Are you still
The
recording
hotline
this?
can't be far now.
I think once we get here, once we get the phone, we're gonna be done. Oh, that's
The
not...
Ocean View Motel and Casino. Green Logic. The light switch cord. Door marked with a black pyramid.
been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
Interesting.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
Nothing in that one. Oh, shoot. Okay. So, I have to get around this thing?
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily. People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry, you made it. I'm glad.
Emily? I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. He's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown.
Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
I have a feeling that those are the bosses you fight. I want to know who he is. Is he the main bad guy? Oh, is that the maintenance department?
Hi, Jesse.
So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I'd need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the pure utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it. Thanks.
Still a little confused, but
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
okay. So okay, so that's launch energy costs. Oh. Interesting. Director over a search for a way into the maintenance sector.
Something's coming. The whisper's growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. A retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau.
Interesting. Interesting. All right, guys. This has been really fun, and I am starting to get really soaked into this, despite the fact that it's kind of creepy, not gonna lie. And I really don't do creepy games. It's not really my style. I don't really do for the horror or the thriller type. But I'm actually enjoying this one. This one's kind of fun, and there are some, you know, weird little quirks. Like, I think the character models are amazing. The scenery is really good. It seems like they do a fairly good job of making the environment bendable and destructible and whatnot, to at least to a certain extent. Except, of course, the boundaries of the game where you can't really break out of, which is completely fine. But it's interesting, right? The storyline is really kind of vague at this point, and I'm hoping it's one of those ones where as you go on, it gets easier and easier to understand what's happening. But, whew, excuse me, I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we'll catch you in the next one.